Oh, Dios míos, papi. Uh, what? 4.
What?
Oh, really?
4.
I believe you. We are alive. We are alive. We're missing. You have JR. Who? Alright. Alright. See you in cooldown room. Nappy World joining the VC, giving us some strong words, saying he'll see us in the cooldown room come the end of the race. See if he will come true to those words. Let me know. Nappy, he had a pretty heartbreaking race in Australia. He was P2 in qualifying, had it snatched right out from under him in the rain. Fierce didn't have a lap. You don't know where he could have really been, but you know he had a strong weekend really in set form. Then he got the drive-through penalty. Then he got a 10-second exiting once he crossed the white line. It's just, you really don't know the exact potential of Nappy, and it's a sad thing about how his performance ended in Austria. But we'll get to see how he does. I mean, Australia. But we'll get to see how he does here today in Austria. We get to see exactly how a lot of new faces are going to do. We get to see Skolov. He's a Visa Cash App racer. Flying Cow, yeah, he's missing this race. And that's what I'm talking about. Flying Cow's in here today. Line's teammate isn't Flying Cow, and it's not Skolom. It's J Racing, our owner of the server. Yeah, I don't really get that one either. But hey, it's happening. Also, Skolom is here. Skolom is a Williams Visa Cash App driver, but alright, Seth, I don't care, bro. But Visa Skolom has the Aston Martin. Bro's just salty. He's not commentating. Aston Martin has the Skolom, who was a Visa Cash App reserve driver. Invicta on top, the Wii Sports, my partner in crime, who is currently P1 in the constructors as we get underway for our multiplayer Formula 11 round 5 short qualifying. I have to piss. I'll be back. Doing it now before the race starts. 1, 2, we're right after you. We're right back in qualifying. So one thing we're going to see throughout the race is a very common factor of people deciding between the 1 or 2 stop strategy. A lot that we have heard between racers throughout the week is that the hard tire is the best tire on the racetrack. But also, so what we have heard is that the 2 stop will be an option. So it will be interesting to see what people will do. Will people try to perform the 1 stop? Chase, he's kind of known as a tire whisperer around here in Formula 11. Will he go for the 1 stop? Well, he probably will be the one to do it since he's the most ballsy of all the drivers. Alright, let's see who's on a lap. Oh, wait, Chase is on a lap. There's a yellow flag. It's Luzzy. Oh, I think it's Steve Buzzy. No, it's Luzzy. Luzzy's going to be our first across the line. Let's see what he does. No, that's not Luzzy crossing the line. It's Mikey. Mikey's crossing the line, though. That's someone, at least. Mikey, he's going to want to cross the line. He's way behind. Chase, where's he at? Chase with a 108.7. That is a very interesting time as Skolem goes pole. Luzzy goes pole. Luzzy goes to 0.1. And here goes Moon with a 104.4. Bang, as the Ferraris are off to a hot start as Fierce goes purple in Sector 2. Sector 3, he goes deep in the last corner. He's going to shoot a 104.3 as he's a tenth up on his teammate. 11 tenths up on his teammate. Let's see if J Racing's on a lap here. It is. Our league owner, we're going to tune in with him on. Let's go on board. Let's go on board. Why not? He has a little slide. He is revving the shit. Here, because I don't know if he's listening. He might kick me out of the booth in the middle of the race. JR deep now, hits the braking meter, goes around. He is heavy on the fucking throttle. Jesus, son. Upshift. Using all of his battery. He's not going to have enough for the final straight. It's going to be a bad lap. It's going to be around a 108. Never mind. 106.6. It puts him in P10. But not something he can be happy with. Nappy, who I believe is on a lap. Yes, he is. Nappy World, what can this man do after a devastating week in Australia? That was not the greatest first turn as he's flying through the second straight. No impeding yet. We have 16 people watching. Wow. That's what it says on the bottom right, at least. Thank y'all for tuning in. If y'all want to, you can like and subscribe. I guess I'm supposed to probably say that since we are commentating here. If you aren't subscribed, you probably should because you're probably a part of the Discord and league and whatnot. So, hey, why not shoot us a follow? And we just lost somebody. 15. That's what happens when you promo. Anyway, Nappy. He wants to be around. He might be very slow. I think he is. He's not going to be able to set a good lap. I don't believe. And it's going to be a 105.3. He just barely goes faster. Nappy, we were talking to him before the race. The struggles were in qualifying. Here he is in P9 at the bottom of the board. This is not what you want to see. And a lot of people you're seeing not come out of the pits. That's probably because they lagged out. I'm not going to lie. We do happen to have a lot of lag outs. Conveniently, probably. Anyway, so I'm hearing a lot of glazed Fierce in the chat. Fierce is on pole. He is up by 400ths of a second. But does Chase have something to say through there? We're gonna go on Tony, who I believe is on a lap. They say Tony's a piece of shit, but he's in P5 of the championship. So how shitty can you be, Tony? Let's show him here, kid. He is not on a lap. Alright. Can somebody be on a lap? Like, come on, bro. Like, how am I supposed to commentate? None. I think we got our guy. It's Airtonio. Here he is. Oh my fucking god. He invalidated. Can someone please? Alright, we're tuning in with Mikey. Mikey with 10 minutes left in qualifying. Q1, also the only Q. I'm just trying to come up with things to say as Mikey goes into one of the hardest parts of the track, a place where you see a lot of people lose time here in Austria. And it looks like he lost some. He's tight through that sector. He's pretty slow, I'm not gonna lie here, but he might be like 107 again. This is really slow. Let's just watch somebody else. Ghosty Swag. He comes across the line, invalidate a lap. B&A, the Mercedes. They're both invalidated. Holy fuck. Airtonio's on a lap. Let's go watch him. Oh wait, Slime ahead of him? Sline's ahead, so we're gonna watch Slime. Slime is a racer with a lot of potential that people think could make some waves in the championship. Maybe even poke some elbows. Maybe ruffle a little feathers. Maybe throw his name into the mix. Make it a Slime, Chase, and Fierce cooldown room segment. When we were talking about how we were at 16 viewers, we are now down to 3 as Slime goes a red, and he almost loses the car as he barely makes a pit lane. Oh shit. Who's on a lap? Oh, shit. Oh, Air invalidated his lap. He also went into the pits. We have some comments. A Ferrari fan, I don't know exactly who, talking some bitter chat to the V-carb of Alice Sophie. I don't know how to correctly pronounce Chase's username, but oh fucking well. And let's see if Moon can take Chase off of the top step. I hope y'all can hear me. Someone tell me if you can hear me in the chat. I accidentally unplugged my mic, but Moon is now on a lap, so we'll see if Moon can do something. Moon's not gonna do anything. Alright, fuck, can somebody... Luzzy wasn't on a lap, he's back. Alright, we are being heard. No one. Not a lap, 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 no. On a lap, we got somebody. It is... Yeah, Bailey's our target. Bailey's our guy. Bailey's the only one on a fucking lap. Is this... Are we this far gone in the year of 2026? That Bailey's the only man on a fucking lap on track right now? Like, come on, guys. Making me watch our 14-year-old stud. I mean, 13-year-old. Talking to Bailey today. He's not even in high school yet, folks. Yeah, young driver. He has a $1,300 setup, I believe. Pretty wealthy guy, but hey, I'm not breaking the bank for him. Someone else is, so good for him as he snaps it hard into that last turn. And he comes around. This might be a decent time. Holy shit. Holy shit, Bailey. P5! He sticks it above the kick savers. And as you see Boogie, the big signee, for a kick, he's up in the P6. What a race. No one, the Red Bull owner, who is probably, I believe he's a Red Bull owner, but I'm not gonna lie, he's probably the least active person on the server, so I can tell you. And in other news, I think Moon is finally on a fucking lap. He is. He might have invalidated it there, and he did. Oh, he would have ran a 104.5. He would have improved. Can Chase and Fierce go out on the fucking track? I'm sick of this shit. Next season we'll probably not have Cadillac. It depends on the release of the F126 expansion and whether we will force y'all to buy it. So if the F126 expansion is out and then there's been enough time where people can go out and buy it, we will do it. But if not, then we will run it back with the F125 cars. Moon, I believe, is on a lap. I think he's just going to run the car till it's out of gas. And I think we're going to see a lot of that here as well. And I don't believe Chase will be satisfied with a one... Oh, Moon, you fucking buffoon. Alright, we're going to go to Sline here. Sline's not on a lap. Going into the pits. Big P. He is on a lap. Big P is improving. He's up on his time as well. Let's see if Red Bull car numero 2 is got a little action for us. There's a Red Bull stop in the straight. 5-place grid penalty for Tampon Tyrone for colliding with Awesome Ace. What the fuck happened there? And I can't go into the game and change any of it. I can't wait for me to have to deal with that one. And that one's going to suck for Tampon Tyrone. It pushes him back in the P17. Right behind Awesome Ace. And Big P goes in the P8. He's into the 104s of a 104.9. Whew. Are we flying around the tracks here in Austria? We got some speed. We got some pizzazz. Tony World improving on his time. He's the first person out so far on our timesheets. And due to the places of the people on the grid, he's also the highest on the stat. He's also the highest on the timesheet on a lap. With 2 minutes and 9 seconds left, a lot of people should be leaving the garage, and if they want a time, they're going to want to run it now. Tony just ran purple in Sector 3. Does Tony have a lap? Tony has a lap, folks. Tony World in the Big 26? He bend it. He fucked it. But he did improve. We're going to go to Air, who's on his lap. Invalidated lap time. It's Chase. What does the Spaniard have to say today? I think he's on his outlap. Nappy is on his outlap. Yeah, we're gonna go. We're gonna tune in with Nappy here. Who has a high feeling for Sorry, I was ripping my pen. It is now Nappy. He's putting in a good lap. This might be a close one. And it's up in the P9 for Nappy. Now we check in the Chase. He's soaring around the track. No, Fierce is ahead of Chase. Fierce isn't putting in a lap time. Chase now. Does Chase have something else to say to Fierce in Austria? 104.3.2. He's 3 thousandths faster than Fierce. What a lap. But this man might have something to say. What does Fierce have to say? Antonio, I didn't even realize, up in the P3. Slime in the P6. Bailey, that $1,300 setup putting him up in the P5. Some people say it's a setup. Some say he might have some speed to him. We don't know. He's never in the server. What a qualifying. C Boogie up in the P3. What a lap by C Boogie. As Bailey goes P1. Bailey is on pole of the Austrian Grand Prix, but here comes Chase. Chase goes P3. Fierce goes P3. He can't improve. Antonio pits. Big P his lap pits. And that is our grid going into the race. Chase and V-Carb. What a outstanding weekend for those two. Chase P2, he's ahead of Fierce on the grid, and he has Bailey there, who is known for a crazy defender that can play some defense, maybe even bump some elbows with Fierce. But also, there's another guy, a new guy, C Boogie. Can C Boogie get into the action? Can Antonio? He put a 104.413, something none of us really expected from him. He's up there with Moon, the two Aussies fighting it out for P5 and P6, a spot in the top 5. But can Moon get up there? And Slime, another great driver who put up a 104.7. Slime hasn't had a lot of practice. Luzzy, Big P, and Nappy, who said he was going to be in the cooldown room, he's in P10. So we'll see if he can improve. Tyrone's going to be P17 because of where he finished. And we're in for a good one. I haven't checked my Discord. It's going to be interesting to see where people will start. Mikey saying that you're going to see a max comeback P17 to P1. That's not happening. Mikey has no pace. Let me just tell y'all that, folks. So go ahead and shoot Mikey's comment out of the way. But if it does happen, we'll keep an eye on that. And we'll keep an eye on where Mikey finishes on the race. Sorry, Mikey, if I shot your confidence a little bit. I'm just a realist. And I also know I suck. So that's why I'm here in the booth commentating, not out there on the racetrack with y'all folks. I'm also P2 in the Formula 12 Championship, so keep in mind how much I think people suck. All right, we have some slander towards Curly. Wii Sports saying Curly has a better chance of getting laid than Mikey going from P17 to P1. Alright, Mikey, if you're such a fucking realist, how about you go to P17 to P1? This is the back-to-back race. Back-to-back races that Fierce has started P2, that Fierce hasn't started P1. And both times, Chase has started on the front row. This time he has Bailey. What a lap by Bailey. I think everybody in the server was shocked when Bailey put his car on pole. But no, Mikey, no, that is not right. I don't know what's going on in the comments. I think I missed something. But a lot of the strategies we're seeing 2-stop, 3-stop. Curly shush, you're virgin. Yes, I am a virgin. You're so right. Anywho, so as we look at our grid order, we have Bailey P1. Shocker, I know. Chase follows in P2. P3 was Fierce. P4 is C Boogie. What a lap by him. Maybe a second Kick Saber card will score. P5 is Antonio. P6, his fellow Aussie will follow in P6. Slime P7, Luzzy P8, the other Kick Saber. P9 is Big P, the former Formula 12 driver. Happy World comes in P10 after saying he was going to be in the podium room with us. Skullum is P11, the Williams reserve driver. Ghosty P12. P13 is Tony World, who's currently P4 in the championship. P14 is B&A, 15 is our owner, P15 J Racing, P16 is Mikey, and Tampon Tyrone, and P17 Awesome Base, P18, P19 is Platinum Curve, and we are just missing our other Alpine driver. There's a drive-through penalty for both the back two cars. They jumped the start, but Bailey is off to a great start as Chase. Oh my God, there's big collision. Fierce and Chase take heavy damage. Fierce is still in the race. Chase might be out of it. Chase takes heavy damage. B&A. Chase locked up and took out his entire front wing. Bailey is in P1. P2, there's a Mercedes going off. There's a lot of time penalties. Fierce has a time penalty. We're going to look at the time penalties right now. Yes, it's a 10-second for Fierce, a 10-second for B&A, a drive-through for the Alpine and Mercedes drivers. Penalties are handed out. What everyone thought was going to happen, happened. Chase and Fierce colliding on lap 1. Slime moves up into P5. Luzzy P4. J Racing, our owner, in the P11, almost into the points. Tony World P10. Nappy has moved up into P6. Maybe he will join us in the podium room. He has shown incredible race pace over the weekend, folks. Skolum, what is wrong with him? Is he retiring? Is his race coming to an end? I don't know. Someone play some elevator music for this motherfucker. Holy shit. Bailey, as we cut in for our leader, he's being attacked currently from C Boogie. But C Boogie does not have enough space. Fierce is up into P13 as he's moving quickly with that 10-second penalty, trying to make up as much time as possible. Chase, he has fixed his wing, and he is back out onto the track. A safety car would be the biggest thing this track could have. As Golem is into the what is going on with that guy? Bailey stays in P1. We might have our first winner not named Chase as C Boogie or Bailey can hold on, but there is another Ferrari driver. Can Ferrari keep the track of wins going? Can Ferrari keep their momentum into the season? Will it be their dominant structure? Can C Boogie take the lead? And he does. He goes around the outside. He has the speed and he takes the lead. As we look at our position changes, P9 Tyrone has currently made up the most positions. Look at him go, as there's a 10-second penalty for Awesome Ace speeding into the pit lane, but Tyrone currently in P7. Look at him go. Oh, and Luzzy is making an overtake, and he does on the Australian driver inside the down into the inside on Antonio, as now it is Tony who is the next one for the Saber driver, and it looks like Tony might be gone. He's putting his car alongside that McLaren, and this is going to be the next place to overtake for Luzzy. C Boogie extending his gap as Bailey gets passed by Moon, as Luzzy doesn't complete his overtake. Moon will complete his overtake over the back of Bailey, but Bailey's going around the outside. Bailey has fresher tires. Can Bailey keep up? Who's got DRS? Bailey has DRS. Bailey's still not using any ERS either. So this is Moon pushing as hard as he can. Bailey goes off! Moon slides past and goes into P2 as the V-Card race weekend shudders a little more as we look at one of the drivers who is really going to have to make up a lot of ground throughout this weekend. He's already pitted once, though, so we'll see how that one goes. A pit stop he didn't want to waste either. That medium run was supposed to give him an edge over the Ferraris. It is now Fierce in P12. Who's in P12? He's on the back as Antonio's going around the outside. Can he make a move? He goes around both of them. What an overtake by Antonio! He passed both of them on the straight. What a move by Antonio. Was that a triple overtake? We are watching the midfield fight. We are currently watching the midfield fight. Horrible comment section. Stupid ass. Alright, as Tyrone. What is he talking about? This guy's so far behind, he's ruining my commentary. Yeah, like Fierce, I don't know, Seth, you're ruining my commentary, just stop. You're fucking a minute behind. As Fierce is up in the P9, he extends past Tony, but he still has that 10-second penalty, folks. Nappy World has the 3 seconds. Alright, now we're good, Seth. Alright, Luzzy now back in the P12. Luzzy falling off, but he has the better tires, I believe. Never mind, they're all on hards. I believe the only one on the mediums will be Fierce, the only one on the mediums. He's trying to catch up to Antonio, who kind of got away from Fierce and the rest of the pack. But Fierce is on the attack as Bailey is now getting passed by Slime. But now Nappy, who is now in the back of Slime. We have a battle for P3, folks. But the question is, who will come out of the lead of that battle? Nappy locks up in the turn there as Bailey continues to get kind of left off by Slime as we go back into the midfield battle. Tyrone kind of dips back off of Tony. Platinum curve of 3-second time penalty. Chase still 17 seconds behind B&A. His race kind of pretty much feels like it's done, which is not something you want to say, but whenever you lose all that time. As Fierce has now gotten a second off of Airtonio. His tires, sorry, I'm burping. His tires are falling off, as you can tell. Fierce now falling off, getting fed into the back of Tony World. Now Tony World is on the attack. Something you didn't think I would say in 2026. But it looks like Tony World might be on the attack of Fierce. Yes. Tony World. But it looks like somehow Fierce is still faster on all these straightaways, even with the DRS. Fierce just being the better driver. It might be looking like they're out of the way. Airtonio, now they're a 2-second gap. Big P, Nappy fighting. Nappy goes off. There's a big stunt, and Big P, we might be looking at some race footage later on. Tony now P9. Fierce got by. Oh, wait, no. Fierce was already by. Tony's now 4-second gap. But can Airtonio now get past here on the first straight? He won't get past, but will Bailey get past here? The battle for P3. Nappy, this is the second time he's had something like that happen to one of his races. Chase has lowered the gap between him and B&A to 17. But as you look at the gap between Bailey and Slime, you got to look at the gap between Bailey and Big P, as Big P is right all over the back of that over to that V-carb, and he's just not going for the overtake. Big P's just kind of just hoping something happens to Bailey, but apparently the Alpine who was ghosting took off the... Oh, and there goes the Alpine. This is a driver that's already been lapped. Going into the pit. Lap number 10. This is a bad race for the Alpine. Only driver on track. Moon, I believe, is into the pits. He is. A decent pit stop for Moon there. Lap 10. And a pretty good time to call it there for the Ferraris. I believe Fierce will be the next car to box as he's struggling on those mediums. He's got Tony all over the back of him. Will Tony now give it a try on the back of Fierce, our championship leader? Is he going to give it a dive? He won't. He backs out of it. He has a lot of speed, but he's just not. He just doesn't want to try and make the overtake on Fierce. Big P, Bailey battling it out. Look at them go through the S's. Bailey still stays in the lead, but Big P overtakes through. Wait, there's a caution, and I think it's a virtual safety car. Big P stays out. Airtonio pits. A lot of cars are pitting. We're not getting any feedback on the commentary up here in the booth over whether or not safety car or it's a virtual. I will give y'all word on as soon as I find out. Hold on. Someone just... So, through the pit stop, I believe it's a safety car. Bailey just got a drive-through penalty for speeding under the safety car, but one person this safety car is going to benefit is this man right here. And it's also going to give us a chase and fierce battle. One we've wanted all season. And we're going to get it all the way up the back of the pack. Oh wait, it's a virtual safety car. It's a 1 second gap. I thought it was going to be a full safety car. It's only a 1 second. There's a 2 second gap between Chase and Fierce. Chase didn't pit, but Fierce did, and now they are right on the back of each other. It was J Racing who got the DNF. Our owner. See you later. C Boogie. P1. And now a 3 second penalty for Bailey, as Bailey also loses the position to Moon. I don't know if J Racing left. I'll be honest, I wasn't paying attention. Bailey is into the pit stop. He searches pits drive-through penalty. Chase and Luzzy now battling it out. Sorry if I stopped talking there for a second. I was texting Hose. Anyway. Now that I got the chat back pulled up, we're back into the race mode. See Boogie now with a 7 second gap over Big P. I can just say it right now. I don't believe this is how the podium will finish. You might say, Curly, wow, that's really fucked up to say about a lot of your Formula 11 drivers. As Chase is all over the back of Luzzy, he slides on past through. They're still battling it out. Luzzy, he can't get it past. There's a Haas hiding against the wall. What the fuck is that? Luzzy now really far back off of Chase, as Chase is low-key letting Bailey through, who has faster tires. So this is the right call for the Visa Cash App drivers. The right call for these two right now is let Bailey tow Chase right back up to Fierce. And if you can do that, you can maybe give Chase a chance to really kind of hybrid his race strategy, because he's really in a hard spot. He needs another safety car if Chase wants a chance to win this race. And Fierce is going to want something else to happen. There's a big stunt. It's Big P. Oh, no, he's into the pit lane. Big P is into the pits. As we look at pit stops, let's look at pit stops so far. Everyone is on a stop so far, as Big P just completed his first pit stop, and now we have our true podium. It's Moon and Air fighting for a podium. Moon has a 3 second penalty. He's almost in P5 because of the penalty. Nappy gets the overtake on Tyrone. We'll go to that battle. Those two really great friends. Battling it out. Chase now dropping positions. What happened to Chase? Chase goes in for his second penalty stop. And there is a yellow flag. It is Tyrone. What is wrong with Tyrone? Tyrone went off. We are arguing in the chat of the live stream. Take this to general and Discord. Tyrone is struggling out there on track. He's struggling to keep it on. He really hasn't raced all week. Sline is now P3. Those two are battling. Nappy his teammate made contact, but Nappy's in the P6. But Big P is in P7. Big P is making a weekend out of it, but they make contact. Big P breaks his wing into the back of Nappy. And that's not good. They're still battling. They are getting rowdy between those two. Fierce is now in the back of that battle. He's now P9. Oh. Well, brother, you should definitely join the Discord. But hey. Currently, Fierce still P9. There's another full caution safety car. It is a full caution safety car. We are going to see a lot of boxing now, and it is going to be interesting how teams will play the rest of this race. We are literally into... Currently, Airtonio. Well, we currently have an F12 race tomorrow, which I know some teams need drivers. So, Vast, if you're looking for an opportunity, I'm sure if you just message the owner of a team, I'm sure they're willing to give you one. Airtonio's into the pits. He's the first one into the pits. C Boogie is also coming out of the pits. He was also actually the first one out. B&A, I believe, will be the first car behind a safety car, as it actually passed them, so never mind. Moon is now P3. He doesn't pit. Him and Slime progressing to P2. Ghosty now P5. B&A 10 seconds for seating track limits. What the fuck did he do? What did Chase do? This is actually huge for Chase. The question is, will Chase pit? If Chase decides to pit, this will be interesting, and it's looking like he's going to decide to pit. He will pit. Will Tyrone pit? Tyrone won't pit. Will B&A pit? This will also be a huge question of where B&A is going to DNF. Scullum and Mikey still in the race. Scullum, I'm surprised, hasn't retired yet. But he still has a fighting chance to maybe not finish lap. Or 2 laps. Chase is now back in the race, the fan favorite, now in P13, and only 2 cars between him and Fierce. It's going to be interesting to see how this race ends. With C Boogie in first, Slime in second, Moon in third. It's going to be interesting. Can a new driver enter their name into the championship? And I'm going to be hovering around the one I think that could possibly do that. If any one of these three could. Slime. Slime. It's Slime. It's Slime. So this is a huge race for Slime. Moon's in P3. So it's going to be interesting to see how he treats the safety car. See if he can get some spots. Chase now. He is going to want to pray to God that this safety car does not come in right now. The safety car will not be coming in. Chase will be given another lap. So there is a couple of... So Fierce with just Luzzy behind. It is going to be Fierce, Luzzy. Tyrone is into the pits. So Tyrone will go into the pits. And if Chase can make it around in time, he will be P12. And actually, Moon might be the... Oh. Moon... Oh. Oh. Operation Stop Chase is in full effect for the Ferraris. They have sent Moon into the pits to box. They have sent Moon into the pits to box to try and hold up Chase. And if that is the look, this is going to be very interesting to see how this race ends. And a 10-second penalty for Tony World. He's getting too nasty. Down there during the safety car. As the safety car is coming in. And where is Chase? Did Chase catch up? He's going to need to. But will he be able to? He will. And he's right on the back of Moon. So we have a full race. 16 laps he needs to take those mediums. Will he be able to? Will he be able to get past Moon? He's already looking like he's getting ready to make the overtake. But Fierce now also has a chance to try and make a place for the win. We're going 3 wide through the top. Through the top straight already. We're making contact. Bailey. Through the restart. They are making contact. Elbows getting dirty. Bailey spins out. Bailey is out of the race. A big collision. Antonio P2. Slime P3. Big P P4. Nappy is up into P5 with penalty. He's probably around P9. Fierce now P8. And there is another full course safety car. Bailey with a huge collision. Holy shit. And Chase could not get past Moon. But there's also a car in between. So, how this safety car will work is the overlapped cars will probably get a chance to, well, overtake. And then, hopefully it all goes smooth sailing from there. Yeah, Bailey found dead. Austria, turn 1. Alright, I put my phone down for a second, and now we have, everyone has pitted, and now we have our grid. C Boogie currently with a huge weekend for kick. He has signed over to kick for the season. He is now leading the race. Can C Boogie actually make a race? He was a reserve driver before this race, folks. He is now on top of the grid. He was a reserve, signed just before the race, signed as driver number 2. The man they need in a desperate hour is leading the race. As Fierce will be in P4. Is looking at his rear wing. As you can see, not that car in front, not that car. There's a green car in front of that Ferrari. The car in front of that Kicksaver is Fierce 902 Glass. Chase loves the talk. Can he back it up? 3 cars are between Fierce and Chase. Can Chase get past the Haas, the Ferrari, the Kicksaver, up into a battle with Fierce? He would love to make a battle, and they're on evenly set tires. Big P, Nappy, Ghosty, all with fresher tires. We're going to go back to penalties. And Nappy really the best driver with the fresher tires in this battle here. The man I need, maybe you got something I want, maybe you got something I need, I want it. As Big P will control the rhythm of the restart. He's still going slow. There's Tony on the back of him, and he's speeding off, and he might be off from Airtonio. No, Airtonio's got a great position. No overtakes in the back of the grid. As we keep positions through the restart, as C Boogie is up through and dominating. All of the top 6 tires are around 6 laps old. Slime up into P3. Having the battle off Fierce, but battling Fierce can lead to things behind, as Chase has already gotten past the Haas, I believe. And is already past Moon, who Nappy has just gotten past. Moon is fading. Moon is fading! Moon is fading! But now Chase only has 1 car and less than a second between him and Fierce. Slime has to defend 2 cars that are right onto the back of him. And quick, Fierce doesn't go for the overtake. That might have been a bad... Oh, they both kind of get lucky with track limits. Chase is now going. He's gonna go around Luzzy because Chase is going for the overtake. But he's gonna go around Slime too! Do they make contact? No! Chase gets through! Now Chase got the RS on Fierce! And now P3 and P4 are listed the names Chase and Fierce. Fierce up in the P3, an 8-second gap between the two, and Chase is on a better compound, but the question is that tire better? That's a great question, JR. How are Chase and Fierce in this race? And Chase is now back in the DRS. Fierce currently getting a much better get out of the exit from the corners. But Airtonio is now battling for the lead of the race. Can Airtonio get a jump? Or get a little closer to C Boogie? I thought he was going to make a book. It's the shit ain't changing, man. Nappy up in the P7 slide. Chase only 0.8 off of the back of Fierce. He is closer than he was the lap before. And now Airtonio has dropped off of C Boogie. He's less and out of DRS range. Did he get DRS? He didn't. And now will he get at this next corner? He does. Chase 0.5 seconds off of Fierce. We are going to get a battle here because Chase loves to be aggressive. He's going to send it. Will he have enough speed to send it on Fierce? He's going to try and send it around the outside. He doesn't have enough speed. He's going to wait here on this last straight. Here goes Chase. He's going to go around the outside, folks. The switchback. These two still going. Chase doing everything for that overtake. And not gonna get it. We're gonna go to Slime and Big P. The next closest battle. And they're fitting off of each other. And now as we look at our grid with 9 laps to go, 8 laps to go, it is C Boogie who just got a 3-second. A terrible time in this race as he's basically P4 right now. C Boogie, who was doing a fantastic job. Is now gotten a 3-second penalty. And what could be a drastic part of the race, but now Chase. Oh. Airtonio is in position for a win currently, folks. And right now the finishing order would be Airtonio P1, Chase P2, Fierce P3, C Boogie P4, and I'm gonna be honest, folks, I'm pretty sure Slime is P5 because of the penalties on track. Chase still as Airtonio gets past C Boogie on the straightaway. I miss it. Someone was saying something in Discord. Fuck. Chase and Fierce, they're battling along side by side. Fierce is faster. Who's late on the brakes? It's Fierce. Fierce stays ahead as Fierce continues to work ahead of Chase. And the question is, how long do el Tyrell last for el Spaniard? Tu me gusto, se me sa, yo no sé, mamatito. Oh, as Luzzy goes off! Is there an incident? Is there an incident? No, there's not. Airtonio now P2. He dropped back off of C Boogie, and Fierce and Chase are pushing up to them. They are pushing so far ahead of the rest of the track, and oh my god. Oh my god, there's a safety car. There's a safety car. There's a safety car. And this might be the biggest advantage for C Boogie if he didn't have the 3-second penalty. C Boogie has the Red Bull. We have 8 DNFs here in Austria. It has been a very aggressive race. So we're going to see who goes into the pits. Everyone is into the pits besides Fierce. Fierce is the only man staying out on track besides Big P. Now let's see the battle out of the pits. Big P, C Boogie, is ahead of Antonio, ahead of Chase. So it is Fierce, Big P, C Boogie, Antonio, Chase. I have no idea if he has the AI racing form, as I just got kicked from the Discord. We are gonna go back to the VC real quick. Sorry about that. So this is gonna look like a Fierce win, but there's one massive problem for Fierce. He is on 13 lap tires. He is gonna want to pray to God that this race ends immediately. He's gonna want to pray to God that some way this race ends under a safety car, because I'm gonna be honest, folks, I don't believe Fierce can last in P1. Especially with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cars with 10 plus fresher lap tires behind him. So if Fierce can pull off this win, it will be one of the impressive performances I've seen of the season so far. He's going to need a hard one, and he's got Big P behind him. Some call Big P Shikmalekum Huramara Talahead Motherfucker. I call him Big P though. I wouldn't ever refer to him as Shikmalekum Huramara Shimramiro motherfucker, 7-Eleven type of guy, but me personally, I would never say anything racist. But alright, we have a lot of random talk going on in chat, as everyone has finally caught up to the safety car. I'm not gonna out JR's age, but he is not over 18, so. Moon is somehow on fresh tires. Oh wow, they are really getting antsy. C Boogie is antsy as fuck to get past Big P. The question is, Big P gonna let him? Fierce is already going. What the fuck is Big P doing? Yeah, I fucking hit the Benjamin. Big P is a terrorist. He's a terrorist. He's a terrorist, I tell ya. He's a terrorist on track. C Boogie making contact with... Big P making contact with C Boogie. He lets through his teammate, but is he gonna let through C Boogie? He doesn't. Chase gets by. Chase now. Directly on the back. What the fuck is going on? Oh yeah. Big P just gave Fierce a win. As I will currently play Big P's current theme song. It's one that is hopefully not going to get copyrighted, as I'm going to turn it off now because I'm scared about that. But Fierce's lead is now down to a second, folks. With 2 laps to go! See Biggie! Airtonio! They make hella contact, but Chase slides through. Chase knows he can get Fierce. Chase knows he can get Fierce. But can C Boogie get Fierce? And put 3 seconds between him in the final lap. Airtonio now. Airtonio is gonna cost Chase his chance of winning this race. If he can keep putting in. Laps like this. 2 laps to go. Chase is on the hunt, but so is C Boogie. C Boogie! Did he make a move? He went off! Tony World, a 3-second penalty. And this is the last lap of the race, folks. Chase's last chance for a win. And C Boogie. And C Boogie is passed. And he is being slow onto the back of Fierce. But he just gave Fierce DRS. Can Chase get past Fierce? And this is for the win. This battle is for the win. As Chase blocks him off. As Fierce blocks him off. Does Chase have enough tire to get past Fierce? To the line. Lately drives you crazy. Here goes Chase. It's gonna be a dive through the last corner. It's not gonna be enough. Fierce will take the win in Austria. 5 for 5. No, Mr. Nice Guy. Wait, what? Chase slides into P4. C Boogie goes P2. As Fierce starts to put one hand on the World Championship. He is halfway through. 5 for 5. 5 wins. And with Chase getting a P4, the amount of wins Fierce could win the championship. Hold on, folks. I'm looking at the math. Fierce could win the championship as quickly as Coda, folks. If we're being honest. What a race. What a race. Just when you thought Fierce and Chase wouldn't have a say in the finish. Fierce has everything to give him the win. What a win. What a finish. Fierce P1, Chase P2, Chase P4, C Boogie P2, Slime P3, and for the first time, it is not the Fierce and Chase Cooldown Room podcast. It is a Fierce Cooldown Room podcast. Slime, C Boogie are his guests. I'm your commentator, Curly. We had a foot-on race in here in Austria. Any questions from the crowd before we sign off? I don't think we're gonna get any questions. So. Well, there's also a delay, so I guess I have to account for that delay. Yeah, so since no questions, nobody got anything to say, I'm Curly. I'm signing out. Fierce has 125 points out of 125 points that he can get. We have Formula 12 action tomorrow, 9 p.m. Eastern. We go to Coda, where it should be interesting. We have Curly, me, facing Thomas, and Wii Sports is also there. We also have two pretty big signings of the Trident team who are also going to be putting in big laps, and possibly maybe even putting their names into the title race. So it's going to get interesting for Formula 12. We don't know who's going to win there. We don't know. We have a pretty good feeling who's going to win in Formula 11. So kick us over to Formula 12 tomorrow, and we hope you all have a great night. I'm Curly. See you later.